What's up, y'all? Johnny Porter here. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're still going to be watching a pro fight. Melees are coming soon. Everyone asking, melees are coming soon. But we're going to be doing my OG orb pondering patron, my friend Alex King's first pro fight that he did in AMMA's promotion. So he fought Taylor Jones recently that I saw, and he stepped up on short notice to take that fight. In case anyone didn't realize, he jumped into that fight without much preparation. I think like a week, maybe a week and a half. So not the best example of necessarily a well-prepared Alex. I don't know if this fight was a little bit different, if this was a more well-rounded camp he had. I don't know if this was one where he was able to get his opponent early and know the style he was going up against. All these things can matter, right? There's a fine line between over-preparing for one person and having a style that fits all, right? You have a system of fighting where, me personally, I know I'm going to come in, I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to test someone's pace, I'm going to test their defense, and then I'm going to adapt accordingly in the fight. Some people, they're a little bit more hesitant, a little less certain of their own ability to impose their will. So if you feel that you can't impose your will super strongly, maybe what you're going to need to do is counter your opponent. So sometimes people set up a long and relatively complex game plan that is just to counter one opponent, hopefully based on the skill set that you already have as a fighter. Other people, they watch very little footage of their opponents and they say, man, I know that what I'm going to do is going to be the same. And if he works to stop me, I'll address it then. If I want to strike and he wants to wrestle, I'm going to keep him at range. And when he tries to wrestle, I'm going to get him off me and I'm going to move away. Right? That can be your plan. Or if I want to strike and he's a wrestler, but he's a much better wrestler than I am, then maybe I need to spend a bunch of time working anti-wrestling techniques, anti-grappling, not getting taken down, framing, keeping him off. A little bit of a tangent there, but let's go down. This is going to be a little bit more casual, and I'm sorry to Ike Forrester, I don't know you. Alex is our boy, so we're, as a community here, going to root for Alex, and so we're going to watch this fight with maybe a little bit of a biased perspective, because we want to see our boy do good. So I'm going to review this as if Alex were one of my fighters or one of my students that I'm talking to post-match and giving him kind of the rundown. You know, maybe the next day, 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the AMMA broadcast. Here we go. Start of round 1. 1 minute rounds. Pause it real quick. 1 minute rounds, for those who don't realize that an exhibition or a amateur fight, if you will, at AMMA, Armored MMA, Nashville, is 1 minute rounds. Okay, that's not a lot of time, man. Not a lot of time. If you've ever done 1 or 2 minute rounds, you realize that they go fast, man. It's just boom, 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 and then the fight's done. Like, what the heck? What just happened? So I just do the round. So let's see what our boy has got prepared. Ricky in the middle. Iconic referee. Got his gauntlets on. Pennant up, ready to drop the flag, just like a race. Now here we go. They reach out. They're both matching maces. And then right off the touch, Alex throws a big knee, then goes for a takedown. Great takedown. Can't land on top of it, though. Rolls through to the other side. Ike Forrester is able to get to his knees, and Alex basically tackles him, flailing a little bit. Alex doesn't know yet to grab the leg. Eats a knee, eats 2 to the face, shoves him against the cage. And I guess they went to grapple time. Okay, so that must have been 10, 15 seconds. Here they go, the reset. Alex started off good with that aggression. Ooh, eats a punch, and then luckily the other one misses. Goes for the same throw. Beautiful, beautiful work right there. You see what you can do if you just go for it. He swings hard, a couple of shots to the side of the head there. None of them landed super devastating. I would like to see him just posture heavily onto Ike and frame and throw 1, 2 hard shots. Now he's like loading up the mace. Alex, you're loading up your mace shots a little too much. Eating a knee there. Yeah, and in the middle, you let your arm flail. Ooh, nice. You're able to reverse that position. But I got to tell you, Ike gave you that throw a lot more than you kind of earned it. And that doesn't mean it's not good to land on top, but Ike basically dipped his head down and ducked all the way to the canvas for you to throw that that hip throw, kind of Tayatoshi. All right, that was round one. Clean, dominant first round for Alex. I mean, wait a minute. Not clean. Dominant first round for you, Alex. But your first throw and your second throw, you didn't control his body on the ground. The third one you did, you were able to get some ground and pound. But just think about how much less tiring it is to land on top of someone than to land, roll sideways, scramble back through. Here they show the highlights a little bit of that first scramble where Alex was able to kind of push forward and walk. And there's another, I'm going to pause it. We're in the replay. It's like about 5 minutes, 20 seconds into the video. Okay. There's a moment where they're both on their knees. You're on your hands and knees, literally. Okay. And the other guy is pushed back, and then he gets up and he's on one knee. Okay. So Alex, you're on two knees facing him, and we're looking at it, and he's on one knee. And the knee that's up is the knee that is near you. Okay. So his leg that's close to you is bent at 90 degrees, right? He's like in this position here. This front leg is towards you. So if he is doing that, and this is for all fighters, if he is doing that and you're in a ground scramble, the simplest thing to do is with your leg or your arm that is near side him, hook behind his ankle and drive him forward. He cannot resist it unless he gets out. And he's on his knee on the other side, so he won't be able to do anything except fall forward or sideways. Look right here. Boom. He even stands up. Better opportunity to do this. Now you have more room to work. Drop your level. You try to do it a little bit, but you essentially end up walking with your knees into him after you eat a couple of knees from him to the face. It's more of like you reacted defensively rather than as soon as you're down there, if your ankles and knees are within grabbing distance, grab them. Start grabbing them and pressuring in. I'm going to do a whole video on how to perform the low single in armor, but that was a textbook example of when you should have gone for the low ankle. All right, let's skip through the rest of this commentary. About 6 minutes in, round two. Let's go, Alex. Good mace touch. Last time you were a little bit cheeky. Oh, the spin shot is so loaded up, and yet you still landed it. Good job, man. Just commit. That's what I like about you, Alex. You're just doing it. And then I can see you're a little tired, and he knows he has to get this second round. Your armor's failing there. Shoulder came off. I don't know if the ref hasn't seen that yet. Trying to muscle him down there, man. Let's look at that last takedown attempt. Let's go back to like 624. So you're going to try and shove him. Your legs weren't quite in the right spot. Let's go back a little further even. Watch it again. So 615. Shoulder came off. You try to muscle him through, and you try to rotate and muscle him over again. So you're not using your hips to block him. You weren't using your leg to get in the way. You didn't even quite have his posture broken all the way. You were just trying to turn him and use your arms. Good replay of the spin shot. And you're not going to really get someone down to the ground effectively. You might, especially if you're really big and strong, you might be able to muscle lots of people around. But as soon as you start doing that, you're wasting your energy. What's one thing we talk about a lot? Energy efficiency. You got to manage your energy. And if you're throwing a suboptimal takedown and you're trying to just shove a dude around, that's not managing it well. Here we go. Clinch back up. Ooh, 8-1, good shield punch. And a couple of right hands from him. Again, I can tell you're a little tired trying to clinch up. Oh, you slipped almost going backwards. Looked like your feet barely got caught up. End up in a headlock position. This is where I'd love to see you fight for an underhook and try to turn his back to the cage. Try and create a little bit of space, like where you have the underhook. There you go. Turn. Keep turning to your left. No, Alex. No. Okay, end of round 3. You should not try to punch your way out of the clinch or punch a knee while you're in the clinch in the dominated position. Like you're bent down. He had your head fully clinched up. You're shoved up against the cage even. Like, how much power are you going to generate with your punches when your back's against the cage? Very little. The referee, the judges, it's possible, are giving you points for them because they're not feeling those blows. But I know those punches aren't doing any damage. Pause it before round 3. I would say that it's 1-1 going into round 3. You got the first round, but once again, you've metered your energy poorly. So now you went through the second round very tired, very tired. And depending on how Ike is feeling, you may have a little bit of an energy deficit on your hands here. He didn't really do too much. Matter of fact, you muscling and trying to force all those takedowns in round 2 burns a lot of energy that he doesn't necessarily have to waste. It's hard to stay up, yes, but it's not as hard to stay up against inefficient takedowns, right? So it's a little easier to stay on your feet when someone's just trying to muscle things. You can feel it. So I want to see you slow down a tick, set up that punch into the headlock throw again, and then if you do get it, land ground and pound. Let's see what we get in the third round. Come on, let's go. We're rooting for our boy Alex. Let's do this, Alex. You got this, man. Yeah, looking ready. Your shield's a little flat on your body. I don't like that. I would like to see it, more active to the side. You keep it a little tight. Oh, let's push in and get those right hand punches. The hip chops. Good attempt, but your head is framed really far away. You're not going to be able to get that throw against most people. Switch to the head drag. Beautiful. There we go. That's what I like to see. Yes, a good transition. Throwing some elbows there. Nice. Yes, the elbows and pommel strikes are beautiful. Good dominant position. I can tell that spent a lot of your left over your remaining energy. Short time left in the fight. This guy Ike needs a takedown. So you should be sitting here thinking, keep him at range. Keep him at range. Don't let him come in and grab me. Don't let him come in and grab me. Oh, he came in and grabbed you. Oh, he got your head. Okay, you got the full body lock. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to try and just sag him down to the ground? Just once again going for a tackle, just straight to the ground. Honestly, ooh, a little bit of a knee shot to the leg. Okay, good. I thought that might have hit the groin. That's be careful there. Man, that was a solid effort in the third round, Alex. You knew what you had to do, and you pulled it out. Let's look real quick. Get the frame. Skip to 11 minutes in so we can see that decision. Yeah. There you go, my boy. That was a better fight, man. Hey, I would say the number one thing is you really should manage your energy better. Think about how heavily you dominated the first round compared to the second and third. Third round, you honestly, again, you got a really clean little transition from the top to the head rip, which I like to see. He's given these takedowns to you, though. You got to be careful going up against guys who are better wrestlers, reaching for those headlocks without having a good way to finish it. Because if you hang out there too long and you keep trying to force and muscle things through, eventually you're going to get tipped reversed pretty easily, especially by guys who are good judokas or who have good reversals and defensive wrestling. Other thing I really want to see you, man, I want to see you get your shield more active, right? One, you have it really close to your chest, flat here a lot of the time, or flat here. And so it's not as defensive as you think. Yeah, it's blocking this, but you have all your side open, right? Get it out here a little bit. Put it in his face more. I love the spin move round 2. I mean, you could just keep doing that every now and then when you get to range. Something just to make him think, right? You don't even have to throw the spin move. You can just fake it at some point and then pop, get him with the shield jab. So, and then also a little bit of a cheeky move in round 1 after the mace touch to jump right into the kick. The fight started, yeah, but I don't know about that. I don't know if we're going to approve that as a community. It's like people got to leave their thoughts down on that one. I'm going to say that one was not cool, and you won the fight, so that's good, but I don't want to see that again. Great stuff, man. Overall, this was a better performance than versus Jones. You were a little bit more prepared. You knew who you were going up against, perhaps, or you just had a little bit more of a game plan ready to go, and you just went for it, kept going, like, boom. This is a good example of how a good fight or a winning fight plan does not have to be a complicated fight plan. I'm going to punch in, I'm going to grab his head, and I'm going to throw him down. And then when in doubt, I'm going to body lock him, and I'm going to just drive him to the ground, and we're going to end up on the floor and reset the fight. So good work, man. I look forward to watching your next fight in the future. And honestly, good stuff from Ike too. Ike Forrester, you could tell he did not have the grappling to properly finish this fight. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know, he could have won this fight if he had been a better wrestler. That sounds cheesy, but maybe it's true about everyone. So, I don't know. Work on your head defense a little bit. Work on not ducking your head down to the ground, Ike. And maybe someday this will be a rematch we see in the future. Who knows? All right, y'all. Much love. Shout out to our boy Alex. Alex the King, a.k.a. Alex the Orb Ponderer. Hell yeah, man. Beautiful work. I'll see you soon. Peace.